right, welcome to another global game night, everybody. Pretty excited to be here. Going to be playing a game that is pretty near and dear to my heart for sure. It's a game called, hello Ethan. It's a game called Truck Off, the Food Truck Frenzy, and it is the roll and write version of Truck Off. So, I got a long history. I got a long history with Truck Off. This was a game that I originally published from a designer named Ryan Lambert, really near and dear friend to me right now, and we worked together on a second, bring this thing to life called, the roll and write version of it. So we wanted to bring the spirit of Truck Off. Truck Off is kind of it's a dice game. It's got a little bit of take that. It's got a ton of puns. It's a really fun project, right? We've had a lot of fun with the game, and we saw all these interesting dice, and I love roll and writes in general. And so I'm like, we need to make a roll and write that's featuring Truck Off, right? That would be super cool. So we worked on it, came up with probably about 30 or 40 different. Polyhedrals are fantastic, and there really wasn't a roll and write with it. We came up with about maybe 30 or 35 different iterations, play tested a whole lot, and we're like, this is a fun game, but it wasn't embracing the spirit of Truck Off. So we quickly went back to the drawing board. As soon as we really tried to focus on embracing the spirit of Truck Off, we quickly found something that was a lot of fun, and it was just we knew it was perfect, right? So anyway, I'm just really excited to teach and show this to everyone today, and yeah, I mean, if anything goes wrong, you know who to blame on this one. So, let's switch over to the game view a little bit. All right. So we have our polyhedral dice. We have a D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and D20. Okay, and we have our game board over here that has matching colors essentially and matching shapes, right? So the D12, you'll see kind of a D12 shaped looking thing, same color. D4 is actually a purple die. If you see over here, let me see if I can bring it up. That's purple. It shows up a little bit darker here, but it's the triangle one. The colors are fun for sure. We have a square, which is our square over here, which is our D6. We have our D10. We have our D8, which is green, and we have our D20, which is black. So you'll see different venues scattered across this map. Now, in original Truck Off, you were sending your food trucks out to a venue, competing with other people that showed up there, but it was kind of an abstraction of the location, right? Now we have a map where we're going to be actually driving and pathing around. So on your turn, what is happening here, okay? Dice are rolled. Boom. We're going to always re-roll the highest die. Okay, this is a little bit of a manipulation of the rules of the game into kind of a solo variant. Okay, so in general, there's an active player. The active player gets to choose which die they want to re-roll. So you may choose to re-roll, just like Truck Off, a die that is going to help yourself or worsen someone else's result. In the solo version, we're just always going to re-roll the highest result die, okay? Now, you are going to be, at the start of the game, you're going to be picking one of these food trucks. There are 3 food trucks in different corners, all right? You're going to start at that location that you pick prior to rolling. Similar to like we had the castles in Castles of Burgundy. After that, after the roll happens, you are then going to be pathing up to 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 4 spaces away. Okay, so it can be 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, or 4, doesn't matter. And then you're going to be stopping at a venue. All right, you always have to stop at a venue if you can. And then you're going to be writing the result of the venue in the route tracker above. Okay, so for example, if this were my roll, let's say I really like the result on the D12. Let's say I was starting down here. I would path, grab a pencil and not a pen. I would path 1, 2, 3 spaces here. I would stop on the the sporting venue. All right, and I would write an 11 up here. That represents the number of customers that I was able to serve and thus the profits of that turn. Okay. Now you'll notice though this venue is kind of like a route, a snaking route. Okay. You must always go forward along the route until you reach the finish. The way that the game works is you can actually kind of push towards the finish with many players. There's a few interactive parts of the game, but the way we're going to play tonight is once 15 rounds happens, game is over, and we're going to tally scores. So you need to kind of time yourself so you don't get to that finish too early, and also don't get there too late because you're missing, good spots, right, or missing the good opportunities. So we're going to play 15 rounds, then we're going to score. All right. Now, if you ever write 3 results in one of the rows, you are going to unlock a bonus for the row. If you ever write 3 results in one of the columns, right? They don't have to be adjacent; it just has to be one of the columns. Then you unlock a bonus of the column. Okay. Let me go ahead right now and make sure I've linked the sheet in the Twitch channel as well. I have it in Discord, of course, but here we go. All right. Right over in Twitch as well. Excellent. Now, so three results in the row, you get a bonus. 3 results in the column, you get a bonus. We'll talk about the bonuses. You can never go backwards on this route tracker. Okay, so as soon as I've written this 11 in this D12, I cannot go backwards. I must always progress forwards. All right. I can never mark anything in here. So all those 4 spaces I've foregone, and I need to, we have 15 turns in the game, so I need to be a little bit wise about my next moves. All right, what do the bonuses do? We're going to go through them one at a time. All right, there is a bonus where you can draw a bridge. So you can literally draw a bridge across one of the water spaces, and you can use that just like you see another bridge in the on the map. Okay, yes, great, good question. A space is a city block. This is grid-wise movement. So as you can see down here, that's 1, 2, 3. I didn't have to follow the roads. I'm just going from block to block. Yep, great question. If I and actually here let's talk about movement rules a little bit more because this is important. If I let's say drive 1, 2, 3, that's fine. Let's say I want to go back to this D6 on a future turn. I could take this route 1, 2, 3, stop, or I could drive over an existing path. That's totally fine to drive over an existing path. Now, once I drive through a venue, though, I've taken my food truck through that location, and they're not too excited about me coming back because I didn't stop to feed them. So I cannot stop at a venue that has already been driven through, but I can drive through it. Okay, so I could also take this route. All right, so pathing is pretty flexible. I could take this route to the D6. I could take this route to the D6, and that would be 3 spaces away. Now remember, I can go up to 4 spaces always. Okay, that is the pathing considerations. Now let's go through the bonuses. Drawing a bridge. We can draw a bridge on the map, right, like right here. All right, and I can physically cross that just as if I were crossing the water in a bridge that is already drawn on the map. So you can make that bridge happen anywhere you want. You can draw a gas station. Drawing a gas station is writing a G and circling it somewhere on the map. Anytime you go through that gas station, you're going to add 3 to your current movement. So for example, I can go up to 4 per turn. That would allow me to go up to 7 per turn. And keep in mind, you can use the gas station multiple times if you put it in a strategic spot. Draw a ×2 on a venue. All right, this is the double your venue score in truck off. So I could write ×2 over here, for example. And if I make it to this venue, the result that I write in the D20 is going to be double whatever's on the dice. Promote a venue. All right, promote a venue is another interactive part of the game. You can say, I'm promoting the D20, and everyone would mark a dot on the D20. We're not going to play that way. We're going to say, when you promote a venue, you're just going to make 2 marks, all right, on the little bubbles above the venue. So that would be me promoting the D20. I get 2 points because I made 2 marks for every number I've written in that column. So it's a way to kind of lean into a strategy a little bit more than another strategy. Now you'll notice more marks are available on the D4, less marks are available on the D6. Or sorry, the D20. +1 to your movement, and that is every turn of the game. Reroll up to 2 dice. Now we can't reroll in this game because we're just going to be rerolling the highest die every round. So we're just going to say this one is going to be +5 VP instead. All right, so I'm just going to cross that out. And then also move your truck. So you can go back to one of the starting locations and start over. And this can potentially be helpful if you get locked up a little bit. Now, if you are ever not able to make it to a venue, for example, let's say I had driven through here. I stopped here. I have, let's say, driven all the way through here. Say I did this. And I'm not able to make it to a venue, for example. Okay, let's say I would have to like stop here. Well, that's a horrible example. It can happen. Let's say I came in this way. All right, and then I went this way, and then I ended up here, and I'm not able to make it to a venue. I can stop at a location that is not a venue. That is the only time, is when you cannot make it to a venue. In that situation, then you must make an X on the next venue that is open on your route tracker. We'll get there when we get there. I'm sure it'll happen. But what that does is it just makes the game go toward the end. So if you can't get to venues, you will eventually get to the end of the game. All right, that is Truck Off. So we're going to go ahead and play a practice game, and I'm sure we'll have some questions because this is a lot of people's first time playing this game, which is awesome. All right, let me turn some light tunes on. Okay. So go ahead and pick the truck that you are starting at. All right, go ahead and pick the truck. Two more things I forgot to talk about really quick. Really important one here is you can name your food truck. So I'm going to name it, let's see. Raw food. Probably delicious. And then the second one is there are these little $5 bonuses here as well to help balance out the low trucking good food. I like it. Get those puns going. I like it. So there's $5 on the D4 and the D6 column to kind of balance out lower numbers on those dice a little bit. So make that strategy viable as well. All right, but we'll talk strategy later. Let's go ahead and get rolling and see what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start up here. All right, and remember we are rolling the re-rolling the highest die. So we have a 12. Global game Nosh. Okay, I got to be careful on these re-rolls apparently. All right, there we go. I'll save it for the corner. So our 12 re-rolled into a 17. That's exciting. Okay, so now you see the results. All right. You see the results, and you're going to want to pick one of the venues that you are able to access from 4 or less spaces away and stop your truck there. So for me, the D8 is terrible. Okay, I can get to the D8. The D4 is fine, but I can maybe bypass the D4 and go right to the D10 for 9 points. And I will do that. So because I've marked a 9 here on my D10, I cannot ever go back and mark these rows or these values. All right, I always have to go forward along the snake path. So that was turn 1. Turn 1. Global game Nosh. I like it. What is our highest roll this time? It is, again, the D20. We're going to have a lot of D20 rerolls, I think. And apparently that is going to be good for the D20. So 18 on the D20. Now, keep in mind, as you're pathing around, try to avoid, going through a venue if you can. But sometimes you must go through a venue. So for example, like if I wanted to get to this D8 over here, I would have to go through one of the venues to get there. I could also stop here or here. So I think keep it simple. But interestingly, the D8, for me, I would have to eat up so much real estate here, and we have 15 turns, so I don't know if I can afford that D8. Yeah, interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. 18. Yeah, you know, if you can get to a D20, you darn better get to that 18 right now. That's a huge roll, right? Okay. So I think I'm going to conserve a little bit, just a little bit of real estate, not a whole lot, but a little bit, and end up on this. Oh. 2, 3. Grabbing a 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I definitely can get to the D20 next. So I'm pretty excited about that, but I'm definitely eating up to my real estate and foregoing some of those options because of the route I've taken. All right. That was a tough decision for me. Oh, another thing too, this game has a side A and a side B to it. So each of the map is slightly different. So the way you're going to path around on side A versus side B is different. We're playing side B today. Side B has what was the last thing, was one of the last things created prior to shipping this game, which is pretty fun. So I've only played it less than 10 times. I've played side A a ton of times though. All right, here we go. So I was excited to play some side B tonight. Highest number is going to actually be this D10. And that's going to roll a 0, which is a 10. Okay, that was kind of a weak roll. I'll do a little better next time. All right. I'm going to just go with my game plan, I think. Keep it simple, you know? Oh, it puts me in such a crappy position, though. Yeah, we'll do it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and write in my 2. Circle my gas station, and immediately write that on the map somewhere. Alright, where do I want a gas station? I actually already have one on the map. I should erase that. I really need a bridge is what I need. This corner is brutal. Let's definitely write the gas station over here. Not an ideal spot, but it's okay. All right. Rock and roll. And we are on turn 4. I'll do better. Good thing is you can kind of keep track from your pathing and your numbers as well. All right, there we go. We have our highest number is going to be a 7. Interesting. I just keep re-rolling better every time. I hope that's helping somebody. It's not helping myself. All right, we have a 5, a 6. Also, the D4, just to note, is a kind of a weird die to read if you haven't used that a lot. So it's just the number that is facing the top. Kind of tough to read, but this one is a 1 right now. Also, a 1 is on the D20. All right. If you get to the finish and there still are turns left to do to take, then you just miss turns. You just do not get to sell to people because you didn't plan your route very efficiently. So you really need to time it out. Okay. Well, the only venue I can go to right now is actually this D4, and I must stop at a venue if I can. So I'm going to stop at that D4, and unfortunately eat up this entire row and grab a 1 there. So you can see as you start to play the game, your route is really important to your options available in the game. Okay. What do we have here? Looks like the D20 again is our highest roll. I can't wait till the D4 is our highest roll. 3. And we have a 3 on the D12 as well. Let me move that over. There we go. Well, now I can use the gas station I'm pretty excited about. All right. Make your marks. So this game does still, bring out that feel of truck off, particularly in the active player position of the game, because you get to roll or re-roll, and it's funny because sometimes you just don't need the dice, and it's a really nice roll, and you're like, I'm gonna re-roll to worsen your results, and that is totally bringing over some of my favorite parts from original truck off. So we were excited to see that worked and really just fit really well in this game. All right. 19 is going to be our highest number, of course. And that is going to drop down to a 16. 16's good. 16's good. Might be time to go snag that. But interestingly, I wouldn't grab the bonus, which would be the promotion. So promotion's good too. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't quite get over the sporting arena. I could actually get over to this one though. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's an interesting thought. I was kind of thinking about going this way. There are 2 spaces. Yeah, around 6. Thank you. Thank you, Amber. There are 2 spaces that I forgot to talk about, of course. There are 2 wild spaces in this game. You can write any result if you stop at the air balloon up here or the kind of the island fair or pinwheel down here, okay? So you can stop at that location and use any die result, but you still must mark it in the appropriate space. I'm going to go ahead and go down this way. Let's do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I had the gas station, I was able to do that. That's going to grab me a 10. All right, turn 7. Yeah, I think that 15 is going to be... It's going to come soon. Here we go. Highest die is going to be the 11. And that rolled down to a 4. Okay. What do we have? I'm looking to get to the D20, which I can do, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. And score a 9. I'm okay with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And then I do unlock this promotion. So right now, for me, it makes sense to promote the D20 or the D12. And I would make fill in 2 bubbles in there. I'm going to go with the D20, I think. Just give myself a reason to go for those more. And that right now is worth 1, 2, 3, 4 points at the end of the game, just because I did that. All right. Turn 8. What we got here? We got a 9, a 10, 6, 7, 5, 3, and a 10. So the 10 is what we're going to reroll. Excuse me. That's down to a 9. And it's weird because I really want to be able to get to a 20 right now, which I can do, but it didn't roll very high. I'm okay with that, I think. Seems like the best route for me. So I'm going to go ahead and stop at this wild and take the 20, which is a 6. All right. Not great. Not terrible. All right. And that was 1, 4, 5, 6. All right. So we're on turn 9. Here we go. What is the highest die? Oh, we almost had it. Okay, so technically we got 3 highest dies, so I'm going to go ahead and reroll them all, just to be fair. Oh! I got you a 1, Ethan. Hopefully you don't have to take that one. Oh, that's garbage. That's funny. I need one of those sad trombone noises or something. We have, okay, where am I going? So I stopped the wild next. I can get to a 6 or the 8. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could also get to a D4 or a 6. I think I just gotta go for the 8 just for proximity. I'm committed to go back this way. Alright. Right in the 3. Hopefully I can get to 4 or a 6 next. Yes. I think picking up bonuses is strong in this game. We're gonna be on turn 10. Ooh, those are some big rolls. We got an 18. Let's see what that's gonna do. 16. Okay, we got a lot of 16s and 18s. I'm gonna question that accuracy, the balance of that die a little bit. Where do I want to go? Question is like, when do you break the train? You know, when do you break the train? Is it now? 1. I don't think it is. One more turn and then I can break off a little bit. Alright. 1. Two, 3, 4, I suppose. Alright. I do get to play a ×2. I'm going to go ahead and use that up here at the ×2. And hopefully the next one is a big one. Alright. We're on turn 11 already. It is plenty balanced, isn't it? That was the 3 5s that rolled. That was just gross. Ugh. What a horrible roll. Alright. Biggest roll is our highest number is the 10. That's gonna be a 6. Alright, fun with polyhedrals. The ×2 is not calling my name yet, so... But I need to make sure I can still get over there. Maybe it's okay. I think it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, shucks. So go ahead and keep an eye on your vertical columns too. So for example, 1, 2, 3. I actually have a gas station I can play here. I probably should have done that right away, but as it's a practice game, I'm going to go ahead and put that gas station like right here. All right. Then I am going to go 1, 2, 3. Stop at the ×2. Use that. Write my 18 in. Okay. All right, turn 12. Here we go. I can only take one more space. Oh no! Yikes! And keep in mind too, if you are at the end and you can't get to an open venue, if you stop in an empty place, that's fine, but you do mark an X on the next open venue here. So for example, if you can't get to a D4 and D4 is all you have left, then you would unfortunately have to take an X there instead. If you can get to the open venue that you have left, then that's great. All right, so for me over here, we're gonna reroll that 18. 9. I'm definitely want to use that gas station. 2, 3, 4, 5. The gas station, yeah. The gas station can be a great, just come in handy for sure. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that D20 again. Feeling good about that, especially it's parlayed with this little promotion. All right, that is our turn 13, I believe. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. That's turn 12. So we have turn 13 right here. Highest number is going to be the 8. Interesting. This is actually the first time that I've tried these solo rules with the highest number, and I was curious at how many times I'd have to reroll that d20. And of course, you know, when you re-roll something, doesn't mean it's going to go lower. It's just more likely to, you know, to bring it down. All right, here we go. Where can I even go to? I can go here for a 1, or I can go here for a 2. Well then. All right, we're gonna write the 1 customer in, but I do unlock. I can move my truck if I want to right now. It says optional. So do I want to move it? I think the only place where I would want to move maybe is. I think I'm good. I'm definitely good. All right, here we go. Turn 14. Oh, we got 2 8s. We're re-rolling them. Okay. A 9, a 6. It's all about timing in this game. Timing and I think just a little bit of planning, knowing when to divert from your route, because diverting can really just, you know, trash your sheet altogether. But you might be scoring some solid points doing it. Like you could theoretically hit, you know, a 20 times 2, and that's 40 points in 1 stinking turn. All right, what's next for me? Sure, let's stay within range of that d20. Well, I can't go to d20 again. Go here. That'll be 6. All right, and this is gonna be turn 15, so we will end at turn 15. Banking on a good d20. Oh man. All right, well, that's an 11. Let's see if we can high roll you, Ethan. That is a 13. Okay, that got better. It's good. We have a lot of 1s. 2 1s, 2 7s, and a 2. I can get to the 7, I think. Feeling good about that. Boom. All right, so got to the 7. And that was our last turn, all right? So, go ahead and tally up all your points. Okay, just every number is worth a victory point, is worth $1. The promotions then you can write down here, and then you're gonna write your final score. So, for example, that was a good row. All right, promotions got me. Yeah, the $5 bonuses do not factor into the promo. So for example, if you unlocked this bonus right here, or if you unlock this bonus here, you're gonna get an extra $5. If you have 3 or more in the D4. 3 or more in the D6, then you're gonna nab the $5 here and the $5 here. Okay. 86. Nice. All right. I'm also gonna snag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 2 is 10 for the promo. Oh, where to put them on the score sheet for adding up? There is a box here for promos, so you kind of have to add them all up at once, though. Yeah. All right, let's do some math. $106 is what I ended with. So that is the first game. Very good. Let's